Wirecard wasn't just another tech startup. It was Germany's pride, a fintech phoenix that soared to the top 30 of the DAX index, rubbing shoulders with industrial giants. Worth $28 billion at its peak, it was hailed as the future of European digital finance. But beneath the buzzwords, innovation, reinvention, machine learning, lay a lie so elaborate it fooled regulators, banks, and investors around the world. In just 9 days, Wirecard's stock plummeted from €100 to under $2 billion vanished without a trace. This is the story of a vanished COO, a jailed CEO, digital smoke and mirrors. And how the Enron of Europe came crashing down. Wirecard began in 1999 in Munich, offering online payment services as e-commerce exploded. By 2005, their share price had risen tenfold. Markus Braun, the CEO, held 7% of the company and looked every bit the tech visionary, black turtlenecks, tech conference speeches, and promises of AI-powered growth. At a company party in 2009, Braun abruptly declared English the company's official language. Problem was, half the staff didn't even speak it. He wasn't building a team. He was building a cult. Braun loved jargon. Strong, ecosystem, and machine learning were repeated endlessly in presentations. But behind closed doors, reports say employees were using Excel sheets, not advanced AI, to crunch the numbers. By 2015, Wirecard had a banking license, issued its own credit cards, and expanded into high-risk industries like online gambling and adult content. On paper, everything looked golden. Behind the scenes, it was built on sand. Wirecard's first brush with scrutiny came in 2008. Whistleblowers raised red flags, only to be charged with stock manipulation. The watchdog, BaFin, went after critics, not the company. A decade later, journalists from the Financial Times picked up the trail, exposing discrepancies, shell companies, and inflated numbers. Wirecard's response? Allegations of a short seller conspiracy. And worse.
Bloomberg today. On the other hand, there seems to be nonstop controversy coming from the Financial Times, SIRF, and a number of other places that create the kind of volatility I don't think German investors are used to. Why is that there's so much controversy surrounding your company?
I think we have a tremendous growth development before us. We have big innovations before us. So this is what we concentrate on. I do not too much look into controversy. But my message is I think we have a very strong year before us.
Investigative journalists and short sellers reported coordinated phishing attacks on their systems. While Wirecard's direct involvement was never confirmed, the timing was more than suspicious. To inflate revenues, Wirecard claimed it was using third-party processors in countries where it had no license: Singapore, Dubai, and crucially, the Philippines. The scam? Wirecard booked nearly all its profit, €1.9 billion, as commissions from these shadowy partners. When investigators went to verify these partners, they found a bus company and a shocked retiree whose home was allegedly a Wirecard branch. Still, in 2019, SoftBank poured in €900 million. A vote of confidence? Or a strategic blunder? In 2020, under investor pressure, Wirecard appointed KPMG for an independent audit. 6 months later, damning results. KPMG couldn't verify most of the company's profits. June 2020. German police raided the Munich HQ. Days later, Wirecard admitted the $2 billion in the Philippines probably didn't exist. The banks allegedly holding the money, BPI and BDO, said the documents were forged. Markus Braun resigned and was arrested. Wirecard filed for insolvency. Jan Marsalek, COO and Braun's right-hand man, vanished. German authorities believe he fled to Belarus or Russia. The fallout was massive. Millions in client funds were frozen. German pensioners saw their life savings evaporate. Wirecard's UK subsidiaries had to freeze assets, leaving people without gas or hot water. Perhaps the most disturbing part. BaFin, Germany's financial watchdog, spent more time investigating journalists than the fraud itself. Analysts at major banks dismissed the Financial Times reporting as fake news. In parliamentary hearings, BaFin admitted they weren't even responsible for Wirecard's oversight. It fell through a regulatory crack between banking and tech. How did a scam of this scale last over a decade? Incompetence? Willful blindness? Or something darker? Wirecard's collapse isn't just a tale of greed. It's a warning. In a world obsessed with innovation and disruption, sometimes the greatest illusion is legitimacy itself. As of today, Marsalek remains a fugitive. The investigation is ongoing. And Germany is left to reckon with a financial scandal it failed to see. Or chose to ignore. If you found this deep dive informative, consider subscribing. And check out our episode on Theranos, the Silicon Valley unicorn with a blood-soaked secret and the Malaysia billion-dollar heist.